What is going on, guys? It is Joe. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Welcome back to a brand new installment of The Breakfast Club. For those that are new to the channel, for those that are unsure of what this Breakfast Club situation is, basically it's a series on my channel which I superset between full day of eating vlog, workout videos, fitness content, and little miniature Q&As which people leave in the comments down below on my videos or DM to me on Instagram at Joseph_Garcia17. More importantly, while you submit a question, also follow me there, and I answer questions while eating breakfast, and you could be eating breakfast as well, and we call it The Breakfast Club. We have been known to eat some wacky things on The Breakfast Club before. We've had cookies, we've had cheesecake, we've had French toast, we've had French toast pancakes, grilled cheese, all sorts of situations going on. And today is no exception. We are having one anabolic protein pizza, one Joseph Lavash bread, pizza sauce, of course, fat-free cheddar. We had some mushrooms, bell peppers, turkey pepperoni, and we just bad girl spanked some garlic powder all over this. So for these pizzas, I pretty much like rolling them up into this little burrito situation we got going on here and just have one burrito pizza. Well, pizza is very much like your significant other, a beautiful canvas in which you can top off with many different ingredients and have it taste amazing. Of course, on the side we have some zero sugar Pepsi Mango, best diet soda in the game. I'm coming for that sponsorship, Pepsi. You know, now that I'm off of prep, I'm kind of curious, what foods do you want to see me put into my mouth on The Breakfast Club? Could be anything. Drop some suggestions in the comments down below. I will make it a point, maybe once a month, every couple weeks, do some wacky different foods on the channel, or if you guys want to see me just completely go off the rails of a crazy train and have some cheap meal breakfast situations, I wouldn't mind doing that either. We got a last bite, best bite situation going down right here. Basically, this Breakfast Club episode revolves around a conversation me and an individual had in the DMs, and it started off something like this: "Man, I'm losing so much motivation to cut, it's making me depressed." This individual then sends me some before and after photos of him, like before his cut and after this cut. I'm not going to show it because they didn't really say I can use those photos, and I don't know how they personally feel about me putting that on the internet. But let's just say this individual is pretty damn shredded. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking at the photos right now, the before and after, and he is lean. I mean, I would even argue like single-digit body fat lean, like pretty damn shredded. And I can see why he's even maybe losing motivation to cut. Basically, I think a little too lean, to be honest with you. And the situation kind of goes something like this. Well, I'm definitely not having fun doing this cardio to maintain my leanness. More so, just don't have the faith in the gaining process because I'm afraid I won't have the same commitment next time I feel like getting cut up again. I have no real reason to be this lean. TBH. And which is very true. If you have no real reason to be like as shredded as you possibly can, to the point where like you are feeling all the ramifications of being too lean, like you have no sex drive, your sleep sucks, you're always hungry, it doesn't matter how big the meal is or how low calorie dense foods you're eating, like you're always hungry all the time, you are unable to make strength gains in the gym, and you're just not really enjoyable sometimes to even be around because you're just too lean and you're just out of it all the time. Trust me, I've been there before. When I was cutting for my show, I felt like complete doo-doo caca. And if you have no real reason to be that lean, do not be that lean. Let me tell you something. It's actually not healthy to be that lean. So the actual real question of this conversation is this right here. How do you end a cut when cardio is so high? I'm doing about 1.5 hours and eating 3,000 calories, but still in a 1,000 calorie deficit due to how much he's moving with all the tracking of his watches and other factors. I feel like this is a pretty good question because some people don't really know how to almost reverse diet from being so lean, right? There comes a time where like you get lean for maybe summer or for an event or for a photo shoot or whatever the case is. You know, you don't really need to be that lean anymore. It's time to almost come out of that phase of being so shredded. And it's almost like, how do you reverse that? Now there's many different opinions out there on how to reverse diet. Some people will add like, 50 calories a week or 50 calories a day or 5 calories a day or 25. They'll do all this monotonous bull crap to try and reverse diet. And personally, this is what I recommend, and this is what I'm currently doing even post-show to reverse diet and get to a healthy level of body fat and being able to kind of main gain from there. How do you end a cut when cardio is so high? This is my recommendation. I still recommend to do cardio, right? If you're doing like an hour and a half, I don't know if this is a day or a week, but if this is 1.5 hours a day, which is quite frankly a shit ton of cardio, and you're still eating 3,000, I mean, you're eating 3,000 calories. That's how much I'm personally eating to just kind of maintain it. You're eating 3,000 calories to cut, which is, you know, a lot of calories. But again, you're doing so much activity, so it makes sense. But here's my recommendation. Here's my advice on what you should do. I would honestly, for this individual specifically, right, if he's eating around 3,000 calories, that's a pretty decent amount of calories. What I would do is I would keep your calories the same, and you kind of have to do a little bit of trial and error, but essentially what I would do is I would keep your calories the same, because there are two variables when it comes to being a calorie deficit. It's food intake and energy expenditure, right? So calories in versus calories out. I would modify his calories out portion. If you're doing 1.5 hours of cardio right now per day, I would actually look to try and reduce that. I would honestly reduce that by 50%. I would just simply cut your cardio in half. I would do that for a couple weeks, see where your weight's at, see where your body fat's at, see how you feel energy-wise, because you're not expending so many calories. See how you feel, see how your training is, see how your sleep is. Evaluate all the factors of you being too lean, right? See where everything is at in terms of your overall health, well-being, mental stability. And if like 1 or 2 months go by and you're still very, very lean and you still feel like you have no energy, still can't perform in the gym, you have no sex drive, your sleep still sucks, this is an indication that you're too lean to maintain that. So then now you have basically two different options. You can either A, reduce your cardio even more, or B, you can bump your food up, or do a little bit of both. I'm always a big advocate of doing 150 minutes of moderate intense cardio per week for a healthy heart. That should always be the baseline. If you want to do just a bare minimum of cardio, then I would mess with the food intake, whether it has to be less or whether it has to be more. You have to kind of play around with it. That's really kind of how you end the cut, to start adding on more body fat and just trying to get to a healthier state of being. Here's the kicker. At the beginning of our messages, he says this: I'm afraid I won't have the same commitment next time I feel like getting cut up again. Here's the big piece, the big takeaway out of all of that. Not so much how to reverse cut. It's very easy. Just go into a little bit of a caloric surplus, reduce your cardio, get to a healthy level of body fat. This is the big takeaway that I want to emphasize though. You can still be relatively cut up. Rather than need to get cut up again, why not just stay relatively lean all the time? If you, for example, are, let's say, 6% body fat and you're extremely lean and a little too lean, rather than maybe even bulk to 15% body fat, why not try and maintain somewhere in the middle, around maybe 10% body fat? Be relatively lean all the time, so you're always feeling good about yourself, but still being able to do all the necessary functions and to be strong in the gym and to just be healthy at the end of the day. Now, if 10% is too lean, then try being 11. If 11 is too lean, try being 12. Body fat that you're able to maintain, stay there while still adding more lean muscle. Wait, that special event comes up, photo shoot, a show, whatever the case is, you don't have to necessarily work as hard or do as much to get that lean again, because you're closer to that ideal level of body fat percentage. Give you an example, for someone like myself, I have been on a higher end of body fat for me, which was like 16, maybe 17% body fat. And to try and cut down to single digits took a long time, and it involved me, putting extra stress on my body that I just didn't need to do. I could have avoided. The next approach I took was, instead of being like 16, 17% body fat, I was able to maintain at 10 to 12% body fat, and me cutting for my show was not as strenuous of a process. It wasn't that horrible, and I was actually able to increase my calories over my cut because of how lean I was able to get, because it didn't take that much for me to get lean. I was already pretty damn close to that single digit body fat range to begin with. So my friend, allow yourself to gain a little bit of fat, but not too much where you are fat. There's a difference between gaining fat and just being fat. Maintain the leanest percent body fat that you can, where you can still be happy, healthy, in a position to make gains over time. If you want to get leaner for summer, whatever the case is, you can obviously do what you need to do to get just a little bit sharper. I think this has a lot to do with the whole like Instagram versus like reality situation, where you see all these people crazy shredded all the time on social media. and you're really just looking at one big highlight reel, but you don't really see that behind the scenes. You don't know how many times it took them to get that one special photo under that amazing lighting with a juicy pump. We think that is like the standard of which you need to live at. No, maintain a healthy body fat percentage for you, and don't compare yourself to that person that you see on social media, because that's not reality. I've been the video up here. I know this is only one question, but I really wanted to go in depth with this question specifically in this whole situation, because maintaining or trying to be too lean can be just as unhealthy as being completely overweight and having too much body fat. In the video up here, guys, subscribe if you guys are new. We're chasing 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys have any questions for future Breakfast Club episodes, make sure you drop them in the comments down below, or DM them to me on Instagram at Joseph_Garcia17. Wrapping the video up here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. It's been your boy Joe. Peace.